I was like, okay, I have to tell you something. I actually slammed my hands on the table. I was so freaking nervous. Right when I walked in that house, I went to go poop. Immediately, like, I just had to go. So, yes, I tell him I have to tell you something. And my mom's like, hold on, I need to go get wine. Hold on, I need to go get wine. So she goes and gets her wine. Now I'm waiting. She's like, are you pregnant? Do you have cancer? And I was like, I'm not pregnant. I don't have cancer. I'm not gay. But me, oh my god, it's so embarrassing. I said me and my friend are dating. Me and my friend here are dating. Are you ready? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Radiate podcast. I'm Isa.
I'm Grace Ann.
This is our fourth podcast.
Yes,
it is. And we have some accessories today for absolutely no reason.
Might be merch. We'll see. Coming soon.
You can wear them on your head. You can wear them on your face. You can wear them around your neck.
Casey Musgraves would approve. Thank you.
But we're putting these up. So. What?
Break them.
No.
They're not cheap, so they won't break.
They're absolutely not cheap at all.
They're expensive. We're bougie. Thank you.
They weren't from Goodwill.
No, they definitely weren't from Goodwill.
Yeah.
Love Goodwill. Thank you.
Goodwill. All right. So.
I mean, should I take it off, I guess?
Probably.
Okay. Welcome back, Radiators. We're so glad you could join us. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. So, how has your week been? Before I tell you my hot topic of the...
My week has been pretty good. I don't know if 2020 can get any weirder or worse, with the pandemic, with Corona. School literally just started. I feel like I'm drowning. And now 2 hurricanes are currently headed this way.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of weird.
So we are filming this before the hurricane. Mm-hmm. So when this is posted, hopefully everybody stays safe.
So if you're listening, we post this on, it's a Monday. So happy Monday. We have no idea what's going to happen over the weekend. Yeah. So hopefully
we're praying for future us.
We're praying for future us. We'll obviously we'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're okay.
If you're watching this, you're probably okay.
Yeah.
So, jumping into hot topics really quickly because I think this is very interesting. Mm-hmm. You and I have talked about OnlyFans, which is, do you want to explain what that is?
OnlyFans is basically an app that anybody 18 plus can get on. You make a profile, I believe, and I'm assuming even if you aren't someone who posts, you still have to make a profile, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so everybody that is on the app has a profile, and there's people who watch the content, and there's people who create the content. The content creators, you could say. And the content creators, like I said, 18 plus, and it's definitely rated R. You catch my drift.
Yeah. But we're very your body, your choice, you do your thing, especially if you're getting that money. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to, something I saw last night in the news. So do you remember Bella Thorne?
Yes.
The girl from Shake It Up? The redhead, she's actually Cuban, by the way.
Is she on?
Not only did she just join OnlyFans, but in 24 hours... Bella Thorne earned $1 million in 24 hours, which I believe is one of the quickest and most money anybody's made on it in that short amount of time. $1 million. She is 22 years old. How old am I? 22. How old are you? 22. She made $1 million. I don't know. Question from the audience?
I wonder how they tax that.
I wonder how they tax that too. Are we doing an 8%? Are we doing what are we doing? Because it's a sales tax. is it that much text? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Is it the same as, like, I don't know.
If you're watching this, you're seeing my face, and if you're listening, I've just been silent. But I'm just questioning all of my life decisions. Actually,
Me too.
yeah. So
Me
here's
too.
the thing. Me personally could never do it. Because I know that's gonna follow you around, for the rest of your life. That's not me knocking any girls or guys who do it. But personally, I wouldn't do it. But in the back of my mind,
Dude.
I can't help but think, in another life, would I? And also, the amount of money, but also the same, like, you have to think the people who already have such a large following, like, what's that one YouTuber, Tana?
Tana Mongeau.
Like, I know didn't she get on it, like, back in, like, the beginning of summer?
Yeah.
It was recent, right?
Yeah.
And I know, like, there were, like, headlines, like,
oh, yeah.
people were, like, bashing her, but also at the same time, like, why? The
thing is, like, why are we bashing her? There's so many people that are paying for it. Like, she's not the issue.
Not at all.
She's not the issue.
Actually, really quickly, can you look up what is the net worth of OnlyFans?
That is a very good question.
Because I would love to know, like, obviously the content creators are making bank, but how much of a cut does that, like, is it, because it's not an app, right? Is it a website?
I think it's a website.
And also, if it's not an app, I'm actually really surprised by that.
Well, yeah,
it has to be an app.
No, because my brother, remember with my mom, like,
oh, that's right. How is it not an app? Maybe it's not gonna. Maybe like they just want to prove it.
Probably not, because if you think about it, like other sites like that,
it's literally. I mean, it's porn.
Yeah.
It's porn.
I do not know what the. It's not popping up the.
Bella Thorne, congratulations. I have no idea what you've been up to. I mean, now I kind of do. But hey, I mean, let's think about this as well. For how many people who turned to OnlyFans during the pandemic, you're stuck in your house. What better way to make money?
I completely agree with you. I don't know how much they make, but I do see here that I think they take home 60% of their revenue.
The content creators?
Yeah.
Imagine how much money OnlyFans has then.
Oh my god.
Can we look up who the creator is? And also, it's not that old, right?
No, it's kind of new, I thought.
It's brilliant.
It's extremely brilliant.
It's brilliant.
A woman created it?
That makes this so much better.
It says created by Stephanie Mateo or something. So that makes me love it even more. I don't know why, but I freaking
women
love that.
Empowerment. That actually makes me genuinely happy though, because like I'm not saying guys aren't on there and they can't make money off of it, because they definitely do. But just knowing that when people usually think of like porn stars, it's usually women.
Yeah.
And so that makes me actually kind of happy, relieved, like whatever you want to call it, that a woman created this app. And obviously I believe I haven't really heard any like negative, because I know it's very difficult. Like you can't take that content. I guess we should like explain. Like if you don't know what OnlyFans is, correct me if I'm wrong, but like you basically subscribe and you're gonna get a certain amount of images or videos, like whatever level you sign up for with that creator, that's what you're gonna get each month. And so I believe if I remember correctly, I think it was like on Twitter, someone was like trying to explain, like I think someone had put out, they like screenshotted pictures of a creator, and I believe she went after them or something.
Yeah.
And I think they got banned from the app or something. Somehow it was tracked down.
I think it's like almost impossible. Like they've coded it to where it's impossible to screenshot.
Because I think it's probably like if you screenshot, it's gonna be black or something.
Yeah.
Like some apps or website because I mean though, like if you're looking at it on, because obviously you can just look a picture of it. Because if you're looking at it on a computer. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I really don't know.
I feel like things would have been leaked by now. Like I feel like it would have been like,
From what I know in my head, I think the point that I'm trying to get across is I love that if a woman created it, love that, because it seems kind of like a safe place.
Yes.
You kind of have heard about, what's it called, Pornhub, how like they have had like underage minors on in their videos, and like it just kind of seems when I think of OnlyFans, I kind of think of it as like the more classier way to view porn.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, it's based in London. It started in London. How can we get better than that? I don't know.
You know what?
What?
We talked about a graduation trip. London would have been the ultimate.
Well, are we able to fly out of the country?
As of right now, I don't think so. I don't know. We'll look into it. That's for a later podcast. Wait. Also, if there's anything that you guys may know about OnlyFans that we might have said wrong, or like just educate us more.
Yeah, I'm not an expert.
I would honestly just love to know like the get up of it all, because obviously it has to, in order for so many women and men to be going to the app and putting themselves out there vulnerably like that, famous, they obviously there's a lot of perks. So I'm honestly interested.
Well, $1 million in
that's absolutely insane.
Absolutely insane.
Because it's like, is the content creator getting taxed? You would think it's the business. You know?
It's probably both. But
because technically, technically OnlyFans, I guess, is like paying the creators.
The creator, yeah.
Kind of like how YouTube pays.
So they just take money out. So it's, oh my god, dude. I have no idea. But
can you buy stock into OnlyFans?
Yeah, probably.
We'll let you know next podcast. Thank you.
But yeah, it's kind of
fantastic.
It's kind of
good for her.
Good for her, right?
Good for her.
And they kind of played her when they said in the caption, Disney star. It's like, okay, we get it, but it's like she grew up. Like, she's 22.
She's only 22. For some reason, I thought she was older. That's what the captions say.
I thought she was 2, but I'm going to look it up, but Bella Thorne, I'm pretty sure she's young, because she was like, yeah, she's 22. Her birthday's in October. She's 5'8".
Is that a Leo? She a Leo?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Anyways.
Cool. All right. Well, congratulations.
So yeah, that's all the pop culture I had. But if you watched our last podcast or listened to our last podcast, Grace Ann opened up about her weight loss journey and all that stuff. And then once we got off, which if you haven't seen it, go watch it because she cried, and it was very awesome.
Who doesn't want to see that?
And it was sweet. And then so when we left that conversation, Grace Ann was like, Issa, if you're comfortable, you can just say it.
Well, I don't know. We were just kind of like casually. I think that's what I like about this podcast the most. Like, it genuinely feels like we're just having like a conversation. Yeah. Like we stay up so late, literally just like talking.
Yeah.
And I feel like we just always have so much to talk about. Yeah. Even though like we're literally with each other every single day because we're roommates.
I know.
But we got off the podcast and I was like, honestly, like I really enjoyed talking about something that I know so many people are going to relate to, but it's not something that you just casually bring up in a conversation. So I do hope that if you did listen to episode 3, that it, I hope you enjoyed listening to it. But I enjoyed talking about such a deep and, genuine subject.
Yeah.
That I was like, you know what? I know there's so many people who might be listening, who are maybe struggling with, being in the closet and maybe haven't told their friends and family. Maybe they're still trying to figure things out. But Issa, you are a part of the LGBTQ community. Hey. And I think it would be amazing for people to hear your coming out story and kind of see the journey that you went on over life and what it looks like. Because you were raised in a Christian household.
Yeah.
I know y'all love God. Same here.
Yes.
And you're a very, 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 very close family.
Yeah.
Like, the Quadras are my favorite family ever. Besides my own.
Yeah.
Love you, Mom and Dad. Love y'all.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're like my family.
Yeah.
The first time I ever met your mom and dad.
Oh my God.
I literally felt like I had known them forever. And your mom and both your mom and your dad, your entire family were just so warm and just so welcoming. And I just want to know, like, tell everyone, what was your process? What was it like? Struggles,
Yeah. So, okay, so I guess it has been a very interesting journey because just understanding life itself is just so confusing. Like, whether you're straight or gay or whatever, like, it's just very confusing. So, like you said, I grew up in a Christian home. I went to a private school up until 8th grade, and I honestly didn't hear, like, the word gay. The only thing I knew about it was, like, it was insulting. Like, it was used to call people, like, baby or, like, a wimp, stuff like that. Like, it was just an insult. And I used it when I was in middle school. Like, just because it was, like, a word. And I didn't even know that gay meant, like, two guys together, two girls, like, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't know what it was. So I didn't think, oh, I could be gay. Like, I didn't think I could like girls. Like, I just didn't even think that was a possibility. But my family, like, my parents never ever said, like, being gay is wrong. Like, they never, because a lot of Christian people, when they grow up, some of them, they like, if they're gay, they hear that, and they always remember that, and it sticks with them. So thankfully, like, I never heard that stuff. I never heard, like, my parents never talked about hell, which is obviously a big thing that kids in the LGBT community deal with, is, like, thinking that they're going to go to hell.
Yeah, no, that's a big reason why a lot may never come out,
Yeah.
As growing up.
Yeah, and there's a lot of, like, pastors' kids who are gay. It's a hard process. So, I didn't, like, think about it too much in middle school, but I did, like, have a crush on a girl in kindergarten. Like, it definitely started in kindergarten. So, like, people say that you're not, like, born gay or bi or whatever. I definitely think people are, 100%. Like, I just remember...
I agree.
Okay, thank you. Because a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't. They think it's a choice, and it's definitely not a choice, because it's definitely not a choice. So, but yeah, then I went to high school, and that's when I kind of started to, like, think about it, but I never acted on it. I was like, I'm just gonna, like, date guys, and, like, if they were my close friend, I was like, well, we can date. That's, like, how was that, like, situation. It was a very weird situation, but...
You're 1%.
Yeah, I have 1%, but we'll talk about that later. And anyways, so then I met one of my best friends, Merce, who, is gay, but at the time she, like, she wasn't out either, but, like, everybody, like, I knew, like, we became really close.
When you know, you know.
You know, like, Merce, But we all knew, but of course we wanted to make her comfortable, and I just, again, wasn't in that headspace of thinking, like, oh, I like girls or whatever. So, we became so close. We started watching, like, she would watch these lesbian YouTubers, and I would always be at her house, so I would watch them with her, and I would be like, I would just tell myself, like, oh, I just love watching this because I love love. Like, I want to support my friend, like, all this stuff, but that couple actually, like, really, like, changed a lot for me, because growing up, like, you have a stereotype of, like, what a lesbian looks like, and I was like, well, then that's not me, because I don't want to cut my hair, I don't want to dress a certain way, like, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
like, you don't act that way, so you're just like, I don't fit the role.
I was like, maybe I don't think that's for me, because but when I saw these two girls, they were both feminine, and they both had, like, long hair, and one of them wore a lot of makeup, like, so that was, like, really eye-opening, because a whole new world was, like, opening of, like, these type of girls that were gay or bi or whatever. So yeah, again, I never acted on it all through high school. Like, I was really busy with, like, sports and friends and stuff anyways. Also, like, no one in high school was out, really, except for, like, the really confident, awesome, very brave people.
And I would definitely say, I mean, what was that? So, like, 2012, 2016?
Yeah.
It was still a different time than what 2020 looks like right now.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely think 2020, like, more and more people's minds are, it's a lot more open, I would say, compared to when we were in high school, because we both graduated in 2016, but from different high schools. And I mean, I would even, because when was
gay marriage was legalized in all 50 states 2015, so 5 years ago.
So literally, like, our junior year of high school. So for majority of your high school life, it wasn't even legal for the LGBTQ community to get married legally.
And, like, I don't know, it just wasn't, like, a thought. It wasn't, like, it felt like it wasn't an option for me, not because I just was kind of scared to even think about that. I was scared to, like, open that door. But I was so comfortable with, like, my friends who were gay and all that stuff, and, like, I had family members that were, so it was, like, obviously never hate. And I would even, like, back then, before I even thought about it, I would research, like, I would be like, why do Christians hate on gay people? Like, why do they like, tell them all these negative things? I would research, like, Bible verses, like, in defense of gay people or, like, the LGBTQ community, like, because I was just so passionate about it. Obviously, now I know probably why I was freaking passionate about it, but I was just so passionate about it, and I'll talk to my parents about it, and my parents always, like, had, especially my dad, we always had, like, an open conversation about that, and he was always on, like, the same side as me. Like, we agreed that it's just so nasty to tell anybody that they're going to hell.
And
that
was this
disgusting.
before you were out?
Yeah, before I was out. So
obviously, like,
yeah,
you kind of, that made you.
I definitely knew that they were, of course, they were gonna love and accept me. Yeah, but it was still terrifying, the thought of me going to hell because of this situation. Like, hell is so, like, it's just, like, it's just really scary.
It's
and
just kind of like a thought, like, in the back of your head. Like,
yeah.
What if?
Yeah. So then fast forward to college. College was, like, the freshman year was, like, the first time I had, like, time to actually sit and, like, think to myself, because I was always so busy. I was always doing something. So freshman year, I remember I was just sitting there, and I was, like, praying, like, kind of, like, talking to God, like, talking to God, and I basically admitted, I was like, okay, I can see myself with the girl. Also, I'm having struggle seeing myself with a boy so much. Like, in high school, when girls would cry about breaking up with their boyfriends, I was so confused. Like, I don't know, I thought it was, like, cold. I thought it was, like, I couldn't love. Like, I thought, like, I was, like, a late bloomer. Like, I thought all these things that I was, like, something was wrong with me. Like, why am I not acting towards these boys like my friends are? And, like, I was like, down to talk about boys, but, like, not as passionately as they were. You know what I'm saying? So it was, like, very confusing. So college, I was, like, talking to God, and I was like, I'm not going to try anything concerning love. Like, I'm not going to look for anybody at all. Like, I'm going to give everything to God. Like, literally, I'm not even going to, like, flirt with a person. Like, I'm giving everything to God, and, like, whatever he wants me to do, like, it's just going to happen. Like, I was just like, I'm done. I'm praying for this person, like, to feel, like, this love. And I just kind of, like, let it to him, you know? And then the next couple months was my sophomore year. And I ended up falling in love with the girl. And it was, like, a very crazy feeling, because I never felt, like, you know, I never felt, like, love and stuff like that. Yeah. And, like, in high school, I didn't care. Like, I didn't care that I didn't feel that. I was just, like, confused. I was like, maybe in college, like, I'll meet some guy who's gonna make me feel different, and it's like, you know? So then when I felt that with this girl, I was like, okay, this is, like, an insane feeling, and now I get why my friends cried about breaking up. Now I get why my friends were, like, obsessed with their boyfriends and, like, all this stuff. So then we started dating, and I was about to go tell my parents. Is this, like, too much of the story? Or is this, like, good?
This is good. No, I would, no, okay, we'll obviously cut this out.
Yeah.
People want to hear this.
Yeah.
You know, because you never know who could be listening, and, like, who might be gay, and, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I genuinely think people, they want to know.
Okay. So, yeah, so we were, like, so we fell in love, and we were, like, you know, we wanted to be together. And I wanted to tell my parents, because I was so excited. I was, like, finally in love. I was finally, like, doing this thing. Yeah. Even though, you know, it was with a girl, I just wanted to tell them. So my brother guessed it. You know, I FaceTimed him, and he was like, oh, he guessed
Kenneth.
it. He guessed it. He's like, you got to tell mom and dad. You got to tell mom and dad. So it's okay. So before I told them, I remember I was, like, sitting in my room, and I think you know the story, but I was sitting in my room crying because I was terrified, because I was like, I do not want to give up this love because of the thought of what people will think of me, the thought of God hating me, which I've struggled with, but I know now is not the case. Like, I was just really scared, because I was like, this is such a beautiful thing. I literally cannot give up. I don't want to give up. So, but then that's when, like, I felt as God was telling me, like, Issa, I put this person in your life for a reason. If I wanted to put a boy there, I would have 100% put a boy there, and you would have had the boy. But, like, this is a situation that I gave you, and you need to go with it, because I wouldn't put you in a bad situation, you know? And so I 100%, like, felt that, which is, like, one of the only couple of times I've, like, felt like I've talked to God. But so we went to go tell my parents, and they were definitely, like, caught off guard, because my mom has asked me, like, when I was in high school, she was like, Issa, are you gay? And I was like, what the heck are you talking about? Absolutely not. Like, I was mad about it.
Kind of defensive.
Yeah, kind of defensive.
If I'm remembering the story correctly, Didn't she ask if, are you pregnant?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So while me and my girlfriend at the time were at the table, I was about to tell them, I was like, okay, I have to tell you something. I actually slammed my hands on the table. I was so freaking nervous. Right when I walked in that house, I went to go poop. Immediately. Like, I just had to go. So, yes, I tell them I have to tell you something. And my mom's like, hold on, I need to go get wine. Hold on, I need to go get wine. So she goes and gets her wine. Now I'm waiting. She's like, are you pregnant? Do you have cancer? And I was like, I'm not pregnant. I don't have cancer. I'm not gay. But me, oh my god, it's so embarrassing. I said, me and my friend are dating. Me and my friend here are dating. And my mom was like,
And that right there, your mom was like, huh?
yes. And my dad was like, and my brother was like, and I started crying immediately because I was like, you're disappointed, you hate me, you think this is disgusting, like all this stuff. And she was like, no, Lisa, of course we love you. But of course it's a shock. Like, I had to process it. Of course she has to process it. And my dad, but my dad was like, I don't freaking care. But, so the next month was kind of rough because they were dealing, like, they completely accepted it, but they were, like, we were roommates also.
And I think that is important to say also. I think that was honestly the bigger issue of it all, was the fact that y'all were actually roommates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I will not fall in love with you. Other roommates. Like, I don't want that to be a thing, okay?
I mean, it's kind of hard not to.
Shut up. So we were roommates, and my parents were like, well, you need to move out, because I'm not going to be paying for, like, marriage life, like, because they were paying for my rent, and, like, all this stuff, so it was just a whole thing. My mom and I've never felt, like, further away from my mom in that month, because I felt like she was mad, like, she was saying I'm not mad, but, like, we need to change this and this, like, she felt disconnected from me because I never told her that this was even a possibility, like, all this stuff. So even though they kind of had their, like, suspicions, but you never know unless someone tells you. So finally one day after that month, my mom was like, you said you look so happy, like, all this stuff. Finally completely gave me the whole 100%, I love you, I accept you, like, all this stuff. So it was great. They completely accepted her into our family. I'm so blessed because a lot of kids get kicked out. A lot of kids, like, the suicide rate for kids in LGBTQ is, like, insane. The youth homeless rate is, like, horrible for LGBTQ. So I definitely had a very good experience. All of my family except, I had, like, a couple, like, one family member, like, not like it, think I was, like, getting brainwashed and stuff, which, but considering that's one out of my, how big my family is, like, everybody was so accepting, everybody loved it, so.
There's a lot of people who think, oh, she went off to college, he went off to college, oh,
yeah,
that's why they're gay. No.
Yeah. Like, it's not a phase.
No.
Like, it's not a phase.
Yeah.
And also, I wouldn't choose to be dating a girl because it is hard.
Like, the older generation, I'm sure even around our age, we're like, yeah, once you go to college, you get brainwashed, and that's why you're gay. It's you chose that. Like, no, Karen.
Yeah.
No,
Karen.
This is who I am.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Karen, I've had a Karen. So, like, this girlfriend and I and my whole family went, like, on a trip to Galveston, and we were like throwing rocks, like skipping rocks into the ocean, like it wasn't anything. And I was, back then especially, I was so afraid, like, sometimes I wouldn't want to hold her hand because I was scared of what people would think.
Yeah, it was still
sometimes new. I would never want to hold hands in front of kids because I didn't want a parent yelling, saying, like, why are you showing my kid that? Which is, now when we're confident, and it sucks that I even had to think that, but, like, I was always thinking that. So we were on the beach, and I made sure to, like, not be around anybody. Like, the next person was, like, 20 feet away, the other person was 20 feet away. Again, something I shouldn't have to do, but I did it. And for a second, like, we started to hold hands, like, facing each other, and we were just talking, and this lady walks past us, and even as she walked past us, we dropped our hands. Like, that's how conscious we were about the situation. She walks past us, and then she starts coming back, so she stands right here while we're right here next to us, and she basically tells us that we should leave the beach because we're disgusting the kids, and, like, we don't know what we're doing to them. Like, these kids are looking disgusting with their families. Like, y'all people need to go to the other beach. All this stuff. I start immediately crying because that was like the first time I've ever been verbally like
assaulted,
I guess, and it was like a really weird experience. But
100% assaulted.
Like
that is so unnecessary.
Yeah, and I say that story because I just want to say how my mom reacted. It kind of put me in a bad mood, which I hate that I acted like, acted out from that. But we went back to the little apartment thing that we had, and my mom was like coming out of the shower, and I was crying, and
she knew.
Yes.
What happened?
Yes. Mm-hmm. She comes out of the bathroom with the bra on and shorts. Sorry. And she's like, what happened? What happened? Starts yelling at my girlfriend. Tell me what happened right now. Like what? Like, did someone do something? And,
I love you, Mrs. Quadra.
And my girlfriend at the time tells her the story, and Mom's like, oh, F no. Like, someone's going to jail today. She's like, I'm going to jail today. She starts running out, looking for this lady. I'm like, Mom, she's gone. But that just shows how my mom will fight anybody who has a problem with me.
She'll protect you at all costs.
She'll protect me at all costs. Like, anybody who has a problem with me, she'll freaking fight them. She put a rainbow on her store. Like, she's like the whole thing. My dad wears rainbow socks to work.
Kenneth has a rainbow planner, her brother. Okay.
And my brother is my 19 or 20, I don't even know how old he is. 19 or 20-year-old brother is like the most supportive person, like, I think in my life. And I don't want to talk about it any further, but
I'm gonna start crying.
Okay, I'm not crying, but
I'll cry for the both of us.
He has
he's been your
he
person.
has cried out of anger seeing me like hurt about like being like in the community and all that stuff. Like he has like argued with say my parents and I didn't agree on something, or they didn't get why I was mad about a certain law that was passed or certain something. Like he cried, like yelling, like in my defense. Like he when we talk about girls, like he talks to me so normally, like, which of course he should, and so do y'all 100%, but like he is just so normal. He doesn't ever bat an eye when I tell him something about a girl or something. Like,
I think yes, we are your friends, but I think it's just that's your brother, you know, flesh and blood. Like, I think it's just it just means so much more because he is your brother.
Yeah.
And he's there for you always.
And I don't know what I would do if like he wasn't supportive. Like that would really affect me, which makes me feel like hurt for the people whose siblings don't accept them.
Alienated.
Yeah. Because if I didn't, like, at times I felt like my brother was like the only one who was 100% behind me, like with this whole situation. Like, of course my parents always supported, but like in the back of my mind, I'm like, they wanted this. They wanted me to be with the guy. They didn't say that, but it's like, that's what I think. You know what I'm saying? If there's like a comment like that, my brother always is the one to stand up for it and say, don't say that, that's not okay. And he like asks questions. Like, he's really supportive. He's really supportive. So
obviously, you know, in that moment if you could if there's anything you could go back and change with like maybe like how you told your parents or like the timeline of when you did, do you think you would change anything, or do you like how everything just kind of played out?
The only reason I wouldn't change anything is because I don't really like to regret anything. I think my experience, first of all, I already know if I came out in high school, my mom would be like, I'm gonna find you a girl. Like, we're gonna do this with a girl. Like she's gonna, try to set me up with a boy or girl or something. Like, so she would have gone too hard. I needed to like deal with it. I needed to like have that conversation with God, because like that made me feel like closer and like accepted more. Like, I had to struggle.
You needed to figure it out on your own.
Yeah, I needed to figure it out on my own. So I don't regret anything. I think like I think it's obviously interesting how it happened. Like, but I wouldn't have done it any other way. I know I wouldn't have come out on my own. I knew it would take like me falling in love with someone. But yeah, I wouldn't have changed anything. But I do think that people need to be more aware of struggles that like kids go through who are in the community, because just think of a world of like whoever you are, there's conversion therapy camps out there to change you. Like, still in America, it's not banned all over America. There's like so many states that still have conversion therapies in there. The suicide rates of people who come out of conversion therapy are way too high, because they go in thinking, okay, I'm gonna get changed, and obviously they don't, because it's like, you can't change that.
And if they, if they are quote unquote changed, they're not actually changed.
Yeah.
You know, it's just them back in the closet
Yeah,
hiding.
and that's a lot of they a lot of them just tell their parents, "Oh, I changed," so they don't have to bother them anymore. I just think the truest Christian to me is the one that loves everybody and there's no judgment and there's no like shaming of anything. So I don't think like a true Christian is one that goes around and tells anybody like you're going to hell, you're a sinner, you're disgusting, all this stuff. So if there's someone out there that is trying to figure out their sexuality and also is gay or just whatever, it's like, or also is Christian, my advice is just know that God made you. God put this in your life. God made you. Like, and He made you this way, and He absolutely loves you.
Yeah.
Like, don't. Religion, in my opinion, it could be very negative. Like, the actual religion and what comes with it. I think what matters and what I've always been taught is like your relationship with God.
At the end of the day, it's your relationship with Him.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
And even if you aren't spiritual or religious, it's still a struggle because, you know, people are bullied for being gay or transgender or anything. So it's like, my advice is no matter what you do, the best thing to do is always be yourself and what you want to do. No one, at a certain point, people don't care about your life that much. Like, it is your life. Like, you have to do what you want to do. You have to love who you want to love. And loving someone is, like, the best thing you can do, in my opinion. Like, so you deserve to be loved by who you want to be loved by and to love who you want to love. Like, there's so many people who get married to the opposite sex, have kids, and then finally have the strength to come out. Like, obviously our world has changed and we've gotten a lot more accepting, but just be sensitive to the people, especially kids who are in that community because there's so much around the country. It's like outside of our country, it's illegal to be gay, which makes no sense because to me that's like saying it's illegal to be white because you were born white. You know what I'm saying? Like people get killed in other countries today. Like gay men get killed for being gay. You go to jail for 30 years if you're caught sleeping with the same sex. Like, just be sensitive to that because of course I'm in America. I'm safe and blessed, but like that's in the back of my head. Like, why is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are they getting killed? Why are they going to jail? But again, I'm blessed with a great family. I'm blessed with great friends that like normally talk to me about girls like it's a normal thing and it's not weird, which I'm not gonna cry either.
And I'm just gonna put a little of my 2 cents in. I think I can understand. Yeah, I am from a small town. Issa, you're from the Houston area. I am from a small town, like population, like a little over 4,000.
Yeah.
And I have several of my closest friends were closeted in high school.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm so happy that, you know, once college hit, they were able to be their true selves and they're as happy as could be.
Yeah.
And I think if you have never maybe came across somebody who is in the LGBTQ community, it's not, and I say this with like as kindly as I can, they're not in like someone in a museum.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You don't have to like stare at them like they're, you know, like, wow, never seen someone like you before. Like, they're a human. They're normal like everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, who they choose to love or want to marry, it's their life. And you don't have to, you know, act like it's anything special. And I'm not saying, you know what I mean?
I agree with you.
Like,
we're trying to normalize.
We're trying to normalize it. And to the lady, you know, who had said that comment in Galveston a couple years ago, it's, if you are under the impression that little kids seeing a gay couple interact with each other, like whether it's in real life or on the television, if you think that's gonna poison a child's mind.
I saw straight people my whole life, okay? Look at me.
There are so many ugly words that I would say to you, but I'm going to choose kindness and just say, live your own life. Stop caring about like how is someone
she has a bad life.
How is someone loving who they want to love affecting you at all? And it's not poisoning your child's mind.
No. Like, we're not
it's not.
No.
And if you have that belief and maybe you're asking yourself, well, why do I have this belief?
Yeah.
Maybe start thinking your own thoughts and truly dig in deep and wonder, okay, why am I uncomfortable around gay people? Why do I get uncomfortable when I see it on television? You know, maybe it's simply just because you're not used to it, and this is why it's so important to normalize it.
Yeah.
You know,
like we need more people in movies, like of the community, more people in movies, more people in just positions of that people can see, so it's not a shock. Like you're saying, like we just need to normalize it more. But also something I was gonna say was, but obviously I told that story, but like 99% of my experience has been amazing. I've just know who your true friends are. Go to friends that are gonna accept you because that's what they should do. And if you're struggling with your parents, the only defense I have for them is it took you probably years to accept that you were not straight, basically, because of our society, and it's hard because it's not normalized. But you went through that struggle, and you took years probably to accept that. So just give them a little bit of time to accept it as well. But on the other side of that, parents, they're your kids. They're not doing anything wrong. They just want to love someone. So please be there for them because there are people out there who are going to be against them.
And also to parents, if your child is trusting you and telling you this huge news and who knows how long they might have been keeping it to themselves, just tell them you love them and that you just need time. You know, you don't look at them any differently. It's just a new normal. So, and if you yourself, if you're listening or you're watching and you might be struggling with your identity, just know that yes, there are hateful people in the world, but there are also people who don't care.
A lot more who don't care.
Yeah.
A lot more. The people who are hateful, they have their own issues. They're hating because they have their own issues, and maybe they didn't find the love that they wanted. Like they're just hateful people out there. But I promise you, there's so many more good people. There's so many more people who do not care. There's so many people who love it. So just focus on the good people. Don't focus on.
And if maybe you struggle with having friends, look to online communities, you know? I mean, it's pretty much everyone has a smartphone or able to get on the internet. There are definitely groups and websites that you could chat to people who might be in the exact same shoes that you are.
Yeah, and they're Christian groups, they're churches that are gay churches, like they welcome everybody, so it's like just find a good place to be. I mean,
and to any Christians out there that might be listening to this and or watching and maybe have a different viewpoint, okay, you know, if that's the way you want to think, okay, but I was raised in the Catholic Church. I still am Catholic. I love God. I'm from a very tiny town. But in my head, just does not make any sense to hate somebody. That's just not very Christian-like. And to that I say, have a good day. If you have those thoughts.
Those are really nice words also.
Yeah, just
have a good day.
Just have a good day. And carry on with your own life and just don't care about anyone else's.
And if you really know the Bible, you will know that God's greatest commandment was to love your neighbor as yourself.
And be kind.
And to spread his love. And the book was written so long ago, and it's been translated so many times, and there are only 6 passages talking about homosexuality in the whole book. And don't even get me started on the New Testament, because
you know how big that book is. She's thick.
Also, there's just a lot. That's a whole nother conversation, like the Bible said, because I'll go in on that. But
if you have any questions or thoughts of your own, like feel free to leave a comment.
100%. Or DM us if you want to be private. But it's just like the bravest thing I think anybody can do is be themselves, like no matter what. So life is gonna be hard, but I promise you, there's no better feeling than doing what you want to do and being who you want to be with and just being happy. Yeah, there's no better feeling. So
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
And I'm so freaking grateful that I met you. And I'm so happy that we're Rubies.
No, me too.
And you have made my life brighter and happier and warmer. and I'm so happy for you and
Thank
the
you.
woman that is standing before me. It just
Stop.
amazes me every single day. I'm entering my inner Mrs. Quadra right
Oh
now.
my god. Stop.
Hold on. I'm channeling
Okay.
my inner Mrs. Quadra right now.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm very grateful for you. I'm grateful for everybody here. Everybody here just makes me feel comfortable. And I want all of you to know that I think about it almost every single day. That I get to come to school with friends. Okay, I'm not gonna cry again. But friends that I don't feel weird. Like I do feel weird around some people. And my friends back home are amazing as well. But like I see y'all every single day, and so it's like I am grateful for my friends at home. They don't make me feel weird, but like here it's like y'all ask. Like y'all want to talk to you, especially ask way too many questions. You get way too detailed, but I love that. So for the people out there, if you're like a Grace Ann in this situation, you gotta just sometimes poke at them until they talk. Just like they wanna talk about it too. Like they wanna be in the conversation.
Yeah.
But I just love my friends and everybody.
I can't tell y'all how many girls I have tried to.
Yeah.
Set you up
Grace
with.
Ann loves it, but I'm very grateful for my friends here because I don't feel out of place.
Love is love, baby.
Love
is love.
That's it.
And as soon as everyone just can remember that and put it into their skull and just live their own life,
Just be happy.
the world is just gonna be a better place. Period, honey.
Yes.
Period.
Point blank.
I love you.
I love you too.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you
for tuning in to episode 4. We love you. You are the best.
Yes, you are the best.
You are the best. And we hope that you have a fantastic week.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and thank you for listening. Thank you for talking to me about this.
Like, subscribe, comment, leave a review if you want, if you're feeling crazy.
Leave a review.
Yeah.
Come on, leave a review. Leave a comment. We do have some commenters, so thank you to our commenters.
Thank you to our loyal fan base.
Our loyal fan base.
To our loyal radiators.
Our loyal radiators.
Loyal
Tell us what you think about the name.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think about the name.
And also, like, what do you want to hear from us?
Yeah.
What topics? Like, we are very open books. We will pretty much talk about anything. We literally talked about OnlyFans and loving God in the same podcast. So there are no boundaries.
That's
funny.
Will
cross almost any line.
Any line.
Any line.
Any
Mom,
line.
Mom, don't worry. There's a line. I promise. But any line.
If it has to be crossed, we will probably cross it.
Probably.
But in a respectful way, because
maybe
we know our moms
maybe
are
with
listening.
hesitation. Maybe with hesitation.
At some point, we may have to have like a private one, because we know our moms listen. Anyways, thank you for joining us, everybody. Thank you for listening. We love you guys.
And we hope you stay
Radiant. Wait, radiant?
Radiant.
Okay,
oh my gosh. And we hope you stay
radiant.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Do, 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 do.